The Nintendo eShop, it continues to give us massive sales week after week, and I'm really not sure what is happening right now. I've not seen anything like this before. Our publishers just trying to get everything out there before the arrival of Tears of the Kingdom. Now, if that is the case and that is the strategy, you really can't blame them, with that game just tying up funds for so many of us. That said though, just incredible deals this week, and I've got 15 for you all, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Let's get started. As always, I do have 2 winners to announce for 2 $10 eShop gift cards later in the video and 2 more to give away. To enter, simply drop a comment down below. Then if you are grabbing anything, consider using cornershop.gg for your eShop credit. It's instant delivery via email and that supports the channel directly. Finally, if you do enjoy the video today, consider subscribing. That is free for you, but it supports the channel a huge amount, allowing us to bring you more and more content. And here, you can expect to find reviews, deals, news and lists daily. Ender Lilies is a 2D action RPG set in a dark fantasy world destroyed by the Reign of Death that turned everything into undead, blighted creatures. Players control a Lily, a young girl who awakens in the ruins of a church and embarks on a journey to unravel the mystery behind the kingdom's destruction. The game features immersive exploration, tense battles, and of course rewarding adventure. Players then can acquire new skills and customize their stats with relics to cater to their playstyle. This was a real surprise for me. It came out of nowhere, and now I highly recommend it. It also has stunning art and music. 45% off, then it matches the low price. Sifu is an action-packed fighter with roguelite elements that puts you on a path of revenge against those who attacked your home and assassinated your family. You are alone in this world with really no allies. You're facing then an endless stream of enemies, but you do have one unique advantage. That is an amulet that brings you back to life. However, every time you do use it, you age, impacting your skill tree and abilities. Think of it almost as having less health but more power as you do get older, with various locations to explore, including environmental objects and weapons to use. Mastering Kung Fu, it takes practice, but it really is great fun. The game is now on sale for 25% off, matching the low, and there's also a free expansion coming soon called The Arenas, and that's promising new twists, turns and opponents to face off against. You can check out my full review in the pinned comments. South Park The Fractured Butthole is the sequel to 2014's award-winning South Park The Stick of Truth, and here you will once again assume the role of the new kid, joining Stan, Kyle, Kenny and Cartman in an RPG adventure where you'll be exploring and uncovering the truth behind the criminal underbelly of South Park by basically forming a group of crime-fighting superheroes. The turn-based combat here is great fun, as is the town to explore, and then most impressively, they just got the visuals spot on to that source material. If you're easily offended, definitely wouldn't come here, but otherwise, I rate it highly, and it's 80% off. That is a new low price. Vice Cards was a surprise hit for me with 3 entries to date. That's the Isle of Dragon Roars, the Forsaken Maiden and the Beasts of Burden. All 3 games are currently on sale with a 40% discount, matching the lowest price for the first 2, and then setting a new low price for the third. The games are designed here like tabletop games with turn-based battles that are presented visually as playing cards on the screen. Although these games are very easy, the storytelling, the narrators and the music more than make up for it. A patch was also added then to give you the option to speed up the gameplay, and that was a really welcome addition. Check out my review of the second entry to get an idea of what the series is like, but they really do all kind of follow that similar formula. A shout out to Red Deer Games for sponsoring this section of the video with their latest release, Tiny Dragon Story, a nostalgic 1-bit pixel art platformer throwing you into a world of danger and magic. Now, despite this dragon's small size, he is a force to be reckoned with, determined just to find the wizard who stole his belongings. Basically, you need to help him defeat the wizard's underlings and overcome deadly traps to recover this treasure. You have abilities though such as Fiery Breath and the power to fly momentarily over different obstacles and traps. Think here, classic platforming gameplay, simplistic graphics. Tiny Dragon Story really is a huge dose of nostalgia, and I personally grew up on the original Nintendo Game Boy, so I definitely felt right at home. Right now then, you can grab it with a massive discount of 84% off to celebrate the launch, and you can head to the pinned comment where I've linked to the eShop so you can check it out for yourself. Thanks again then to Red Deer Games for sponsoring the video. A couple of games now that you'll want to be quick on if you do want them. They end within 24 hours of this video going live. The first one is NieR and Monstrum Nox. It's an action RPG that puts you in the role of Adol, a character that is cursed by a mysterious woman and transformed into a monstrum. It's a powerful entity capable of exercising different monsters. Now, to escape the city of Balduk, Adol must partner with 5 other monstrums, each possessing unique abilities, and put an end to the grim world of Nox. It's basically a dark dimension on the brink of spilling into reality. Now look, it's not the best entry in the series, and it struggles with its frame rate as well in larger battles, but it is still a fun game, and it's currently 50% off, matching the lowest price. You can check out my review in the pinned comments, and no past experience with the series is required. They are mostly standalone adventures with maybe a few different callbacks, but I will admit here, and I would say Ys 8 is the stronger entry, and that is also available on the Switch. Baba Is You is a unique puzzle game that only seems to drop in price once a year, so if you are a fan of the genre, this might be your only chance to grab it in 2023. Now this game, in my opinion, a puzzle masterpiece, allowing you to change the rules of the game by manipulating the world around you. So in each level, basically the rules are presented as blocks on screen that you can interact with, and by pushing them, you can transform yourself into a rock, change obstacles into dangerous patches, even redefine the overall level's goal. So just a simple basic example, you could change it from door is closed to door is open, allowing you to progress. It is tough to explain this game, so you should probably check out a quick review first, but it's 30% off, and that is matching the low price. Our first winner of the week then, Soul Collector, who highlighted Blossom Tales 2, an adventure game that is very much inspired by old school Zelda. Personally, I do think as well it was a great follow-up, so congrats Soul, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, we do still have a second winner coming up later in the video. My pickup this week then is the DioField Chronicle, a relatively recent release from Square Enix. Now while I didn't get it on sale and myself I actually went physical, still wanted to give it a shout out as I know many may be interested. It is a strategy RPG with real-time tactical battles, and it received what I would call a mixed reviews at launch. Now if you are interested, there is a demo available on the eShop, so you can try it out before buying. It's currently 50% off, matching the lowest price, and if you have played it, let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your different thoughts. My understanding of the story then is it surrounds warring kingdoms and essentially your character's involvements. The Smurfs mission Vileaf is a very competent 3D platformer that often surprised me with some fun locations and entertaining gadgets to use within its world. Now look, full disclaimer here, my review is in the pinned comment, and the frame rate on the Switch unfortunately causes issues, but this 66% off, it is a new low price and it might make you a little more forgiving. I went below average on my review score for full transparency. Story-wise though, look, it's an adventure to save the forest from the evil Vileaf plant that is imprisoning Smurfs around you, and you'll get to control 4 different characters along the way. You can see the good design through its problems, and I will admit as well, many reviews were quite a bit kinder than mine. Marsupilami, Hoobadventure, is a character I didn't really know, but famous it seems across Europe, and it is essentially a Donkey Kong clone, and it's also the same publisher as Smurfs. Once again, they have a solid game here with some great 2D level design and some real highlight moments such as secret levels that play with silhouettes. The problems, once again, frame rate wobbles, and generally I found the pacing just a little bit slow, as in the character actually moves physically slow. Could be faster with the action. Again though, I had fun with it. I think problems are easier to forgive as well when games get new low prices like this, 66% off, and you can check out my full review in the comments. Our second winner of the week then, it's going to Faint 13, who can't decide between DioField Chronicles or Tactics Ogre. I'm actually with you grabbing DioField this week, but from reviews I'd say Tactics would be the safer bet. Congrats so Faint, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. NieR Automata is back on sale and then matching the low price with 25% off, and this game is not only a masterpiece but just a fantastic port as well, and it's an RPG experience, but few games blend as many genres as this does, and it will frequently challenge your expectations with everything from top-down sequences to bullet hell styled encounters to just simply its storytelling. The one thing I will say is when you hit the credits for the first time, that really is just the beginning. No spoilers, so I'm going to be sticking with the eShop description story, and invaders from another world attack without warning, unleashing a new type of threat, weapons known as machine life forms. Now in the face of this insurmountable threat, mankind is driven from Earth and takes refuge on the moon. As to be a member of the newly organised android military force, players will now immerse themselves in a ferocious battle to take back the planet. This game is simply a must-buy. Just quickly want to shout out then on the eShop, you may want to do a quick search for Square Enix because they do have a massive sale on their entire library with everything from Final Fantasy to Harvestella, a game I'm yet to play. You probably noticed as well a fair few of today's games came from their catalogue, but there is definitely more to check out. Citizen Sleeper is a fantastic game. It's getting a new low here then with 33% off. It's an RPG adventure and it has you stepping into the shoes of an escaped worker stranded on a lawless station at the edge of a dystopian interstellar society. Roll the dice, choose your actions, and navigate the factions of this strange location. Make alliances as well along the way to uncover secrets, access lost data, and simply build friendships with the strange inhabitants around you. Just be careful though, because your corporate owners, they are always watching and they want you back. Tabletop fans will like this one a lot, and it also includes the third and final act. I want to shout out here as well quickly, the soundtrack just got announced for a final release, and if that is your thing, it is well worth considering. Our final game of the week then is Cadence of Hyrule. It is the perfect time to pick it up with the upcoming launch of Tears of the Kingdom, and it's rhythm-based action adventure, and it's a spin-off from Crypt of the Necrodancer. You'll be playing here as Link or Zelda, and you're embarking on a quest to save Hyrule from doom. It's just absolutely incredible, stunning world of dungeons, the music is fantastic, it's all been remixed from the series, and then the rhythm of the game actually dictates your movement, your attacks and your defense. Basically, it's got to be timed to the rhythm. It's just an amazing game, and at 50% off, which is a new low price, I think it is a steal. Also, it's roughly 8 hours of gameplay, so it's just kind of a great way to pass the time until the end of the week. And that is the video down. The sales have been truly massive now over the last couple of months, and they show no sign of slowing down. So will you be adding anything to the library this week? Let me know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, lists and news daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.